Alright, greetings, salutations, good day, and hi, and welcome to Act 3 of Formula Holo's 8th series. We continue on through the next color circuit with rounds 7 through 9 of this 12-round series. First up, we are heading through another fantasy circuit, this time in 1950s Great Britain at the Hobsbury circuit. Next up, we are traveling to Poland in Eastern Europe for a round at the Tor Poznan. And to wrap up for today, we are going to race roval action at Puebla at the Autodromo Miguel Abed, if my memory serves me right. So anyway, let's have a look at the points standings. At the lead is Nekomata Okayu of hololive Gamers, the Tori team with 232 points. Second is Achan after two spectacular rounds. Back-to-back race wins at Bremgarten and San Francisco A. She is 29 points behind at 203 points. Third is Takanashi Kiara with her win at the San Francisco B circuit, jumping her up to 174 points, 58 behind. Fourth, Boboy Reine, third series drivers champion, 164. And Kazuma Iroha of Gen 6, the current Constructors' Championship leading team, Yamada Motorsport, with 160 points. Bottom of the standings, everyone has at least 1 point to their name. At the bottom of the standings is, odd enough, Nakiri Ayami. She rather texted on her phone than even bother racing, but she probably has not seen her full potential yet. Maybe she might have something up her sleeves in any of this weekend's races. And Roboco not having a particularly good series, only scoring for the first time in the San Francisco B circuit scoring for the first time this series at the San Francisco B circuit, just 2 points. Not too great for the two-time drivers champion, but let's see how she fares in the last 6 races of the series as we have a look at the Constructors' Championship standings. Gen 6, as I've already stated, currently lead the Constructors' Championship with 424 points. Remember, it takes only the top 3 scoring members of the group. The others don't count among the points. Second is EN Gen 1, the Watson Industries team with 371 points. EN Gen 2, Holo Council team, soon to be rebranded Council and Iris, for the 9th series. Third, 342 points. And at the bottom is Gen 3, the Osaka Kensetsu team with 159 points, needing lots of help to get back on track in the Constructors' Championship. Anyway, let's go ahead and get things started. This is the first time I'm opening up RF for today, and here we go. Welcome to the Hobsbury circuit. It's a fantasy circuit. It says 3.98 miles, 6.41 kilometers. It's located somewhere in the midlands of Great Britain, allegedly, and it's back to the past, an old-fashioned setting. I want to say it contains 11 turns on this grid. We are going to race, I think, 15 laps. Yeah, that's it for 15 laps. That looks right. And I don't know why it says 7 p.m. I was doing testing for the night race at Qatar, which will wrap up the series tomorrow. No, actually, by default, afternoon races, 12 noon. We just have to load. Just get this race over with. All right. I couldn't find any good background images for the loading screen, so a generic image of the hillsides, the countryside of the United Kingdom would work sufficiently enough as we wait for qualifying to begin here. Nice picturesque setting, as you can see here. Good crowd on hand. No start lights here because it's 1950s. Instead, we have a guy with a flag. A guy with a flag to get things in the way. Yeah. Well, you would see he has no arm, but I'm sure it'll pop out with the flag to get things rolling as we see Subaru lead us off with the track preview. And yeah, some parts of the track are white for some reason. Yeah, it's just a stupid glitch in R Factor where textures don't quite load properly. But it probably shouldn't affect the racing at all, as we see Subaru go across these 11 turns, 10 or 11, depending upon what you think about these. That part she's approaching. All these cardboard cutouts of characters in the grandstand. It's just like in streams where a streamer's computer is not powerful enough to bring in everyone's live 2D on hand for a collab stream. So they gotta bring in the PNG images, and I get less interested in watching the stream if my favorite member of the group shows up as a PNG image, because it's just it just looks rather lifeless and boring and stuff. As Subaru crosses the finish for this preview lap, now does she even qualify for this race? Absolutely. P2 for Subaru, and a whole crapload of drivers won't even qualify for this race. Let's see who doesn't qualify. Rohan is a miss for this race. Anya, Lammy, sadly no Fauna. Kanata. Robico continues her disappointing run this series. IMA again being herself. Nozeta, sadly. Choco Gura, Mel, Hachama, Luna, Crony, Louis, Marina Diofi. At pole is Ina once again. That is her second pole position this series after Tokachi. She'll be starting alongside Shuba. Next, Risu and Azuki for row 2. Row 3, Nanashi Mume and Achan. And then we have Okayu, Aqua, and Korone. Drivers' Championship leaders starting off row 4. Next we have Kiara, Kobo, and Shion. No Apple software updates. I don't need anything right now. Where was I? Koyori, Imono, Rene. Chloe, Callie, Kaela. Sora, Toa, Fubuki. Nina, Nodoka, and Senna. Iris, Polka, and Bay. Oh, I forgot to mention, yeah, Senna is in. Senna is in for the final races of her FH tenure. So you'll be seeing her for the last time this weekend before her graduation at the end of the month. Miko, Ali, Suise, 28 through 30. Heroes Matsuri and La Plus Darkness. Pekara Watame and Flare. And finally, we have Ame, Botsan, Noel, and Mio. These are the 40 cars qualifying for this 15-lap race. Anyway, if I'm distracted from time to time, there's a real-life Indy car in the background qualifying for the Iowa rounds. So please excuse me for that if I have to change channels for some reason. No, well, not quite channels, but programs. There's the Indy Lights race and the race itself. First race of 2 in IndyCar. Anyway, let's just go ahead and go to the track for this Hobsbury race. Is the music up? Alright, music is up. So here are folks. Here's the guy with the flag, waiting to wave it to get things underway, and we are rolling here at Hobsbury! Let's do this! 15 laps, going into the first set of turns. Good jump by the Taco Priestess. Well ahead of the others. Really fast sections and some of the turns. Scanning through the grid. Look how far ahead she is of the next highest driver. Subaru. Risu's just behind. High speed on the roads of this fantasy circuit. Going around the bend. Everyone is looking pretty okay so far early on. Ooh, we have some bloopers. We have some bloopers already. But I guess these cars are still sort of rolling. Here comes Ina at the start-finish straight. She is going to have the lead early on. Just behind her is Subaru. So Ina, Subaru, and Azuki just ahead of Okayu. That's your top 4 after this opening lap. Ina leads by a little over 1 second. Going around the first couple turns of this circuit. And everyone has gone through the first lap without pitting. So everyone agrees that this is a pretty fun track to race on, as Okayu and Azuki are going neck and neck. Okayu wants to have a complete overtake over Azuki at the moment. And Okayu jumps Azuki to move up to P3. A-chan going on 5th, Korone 6th. And also we're trying to chase after Ina. Haven't had a pole sitter winning a race this series so far. Nope. No pole sitter race winners yet this series. Might Ina be a first? As we lose someone early on. Oh, Kaela just slams into Mio, and she is the first out of the race. Fubuki flames out. Bad engine. And we've also lost Dame. Let's look at the replay. See what happened. She just runs into the bales of hay. So Ame, Kaela, and Fubuki, and Mio as well. Mio as well also out. So we've lost 4 cars early on. No, make that 8. 8. I got a whole lot of Yahoo happening. Not easy to get yourself together on this circuit. So 9 cars way out of it. Kiara is behind by 1 lap. And this lead currently is less than 1 second. Subaru's slowly trying to catch up to Ina. A chase between drivers 6 through 8 here. Babawaka and Meme. Anyway, for some action later in the grid. It's just single file racing going early on. We're through 3 laps, going on 4 after this next turn. As you can see, if you're watching on Peacock, the qualifying, looks like Will Power is currently leading the qualifying for both Iowa races this weekend. Subaru and Okayu, your top 3. Hey Chen, we're pretty good here as well. Look at that, Okayu and Korone, both in the top 5. Korone wants to catch up with her good friend and current championship leader, Okayu, right here. Meanwhile, Subaru is trying to make her approach on Ina. Look at this! Subaru is now close to Ina, probably within half a second now. Subaru's just at Ina's tail. Perhaps at a turn, one of the turns, could Subaru make a move? Here she is! Subaru make a move on Ina, and Subaru goes into the lead. Now Ina's having to be the one chasing. And we lost another couple drivers. Oh, Karyori accidents. Oh, that is just too bad. That's just too bad. Yeah, lost a rear wheel. And car 27 is hurt. No, she's just out of bounds. Was out of bounds, but miraculously she's still racing. Subaru. Did I say Subaru? Suisse. What is going on with Suisse? I can't find her here. Nothing, Burger. She's driving. Someone has an oopsie. No, Corne. Messed up. And she's having trouble getting back onto the track. Oh, lost a lot of ground right there. Made an oopsie, and that's gonna put her well out of it, currently. over a third through this round 7, with Subaru leading by over 1 second. And 23 within the lead lap, but I'm sure that number would start to dwindle very soon as Subaru continues her lead. Subaru, Ina, Okayu, still doing pretty good here. Mario Kart Cup winner, thus her gold star, if you can see it clearly. Did I say gold? Silver star. Mario Kart Cup winners get silver stars, but FH Drivers Champions get gold stars to their name. And oh dear, Carne is still stuck. Oh, unfortunate for the doggy. Kelly is behind by 2 laps. We're down to 29 drivers still in this race, but it's effectively 28 with Corne stuck, unable to move. Having a look at the field as it currently stands. Careful right there, Iris. Subaru is at risk of trying to overtake Ollie. Well, Bina is down 1.5 seconds. Bina still desperately winning her first ever FH win. And that is it for Corne's race. She's officially out of contention for the race. Nene down 2, along with Kelly. And looks like Azuki has flubbed up, and that's gonna end her race already. No way she'll be able to get back on track in this perpetual setting she's in. So yeah, going down to 7, so we're over halfway through this, whatever this race is supposed to be. Hobsbury. You must chase against Subaru's being hindered by Momosuzu Nene in the way. Okayu is on the move, trying to pass a lapped car of Tsukumo Sana. We lost another 2 cars, Bay and Lamuna. Too bad for them. Wow, Subaru's lead is now over 3 seconds. Okayu is able to pass Sana. Anywho, only 16 cars are in the lead lap now, and multiple cars behind by more than 1 lap. Takanashi Kiara and Azuki basically out of it. Might as well be a DNF Azuki. Because she's stuck into... can't get out of the tight pickle she's in. I really ought to keep a closer eye on the track map in case there's more cars having Onyo moments. All these Onyo moments have got to happen while I'm too busy focusing on the action at the top of the grid. Man, Subaru's lead is very impressive currently. So we're 2/3 of the way through this round. Her lead has improved slightly to 3.8. The Ducky of Gen 2, flying through the countrysides of Great Britain, 1950s Great Britain. Doing pretty well here. I believe it was 5th series in which she started off the series in impressive fashion. I think 5th series, 2 wins in the first 2 races. Struggled the rest of the way, but still pretty good nonetheless for Shuba. Subaru 3 race wins to her credit in FH competition. Ino looking for her first win. Okayu is looking for her 3rd. Going down to 4 laps. We're through 11. And the gap is getting ever so larger. 4.871 for Ozo Subaru. Yeah, no change to the top 5 since the last lap, if not longer. Oh, look at this. Rene's chasing after Meme. Rene's just behind Nanashi Mume. On board with the Series 3 champion. Making a move! Oh my goodness! But she's able to keep alive, and luckily she is able to stay where she is. Back up to P5 now, but she's playing bumpity wumpity with Kiara, a fellow Holotori. As we see Kelly unfortunately lose it, going through the hay bales, losing a wheel, and that's the end of her race, sadly. So remember, folks, don't drink and drive. You'll be sorry. We've lost Risu and Chloe. Another couple cars lost while I was distracted with stuff. Because always when I'm not paying attention to the track layouts, being more focused on the action of cars ahead. So, I don't even know how many cars left in this race. I don't know how many cars left in the lead lap. Man, only 14. Going down to two laps, and this will be for a possible classification. Excuse me there. Subaru's led since overtaking Ina early on in this race, and her lead has been rather large. Some fluctuations with how much gain or loss in the lead she has had, but still large nonetheless. And now the chase is on. Comes Subaru approaching the last turn, but slams into Nautica! She has lost it! Subaru's out of the race! Just shy of classification! Ina's gonna take the lead with 1 to go! Tragedy has struck for Shuba! Oh my goodness, look at... Man! She just ran into the stranded cart of Kawasaki Nautica. They'll allow Ina to take the lead in really lucky circumstances for her. Nekomata Okayu is second. Here comes Ina. Already guaranteed points because she's completed 14. Now looking for her first FH race win. In 1950 setting Great Britain. Half a lap to go. Ina's lead over Okayu, 3.7. Look at that. Look at that. Here she comes, high speed on her holomobile, the Takomobile. Looking good for her. I forgot to take myself out of a tape delay. She's just a couple turns away from victory. A full 101 points from pole to her first ever FH win after being down for much of the race until Subaru choked with 1 lap to go. Ninamai Inanise, 1 turn left to go. And there it is! Ninamai Inanise is gonna cross the start finish line here at Hobsbury to get her first race win! There it is! Okayu is gonna extend her Drivers' Championship lead with a nice second place finish. Ina, 101 points at Hobsbury, the first pole sitter to win a race this 8th series. You love to see it! H-Chan third! Second in the overall championship, getting another podium finish. Ladies and gentlemen, Ina gets her first FH race win! At the expense of Subaru. Completely blew it at the end. No score for her. Winning time, 21:57. Top 3, Ina, Okayu, and H-Chan. What a race! What a finish! Woo! And Subaru led for much of the race, but failed to see the stranded car of Harasaki Nodaka. Slammed herself out of the race, just shy of the start-finish line. Just shy of classification. She'll just fail to score, miss on the points. Only 17 drivers will end up scoring the points. And Azuki is still, stuck as she is. Nino Mai Ina needs your race winner at Hobsbury! First ever FH win. That might be a big jump for her in the points standings. Okayu, another podium finish, another second place finish. And A-chan. Putting her up there in the podium alongside these two. Let's lock in the points, please. Gotta make this official. Ina, race winner, 101 points. Okayu, A-chan, Mume, Rene, Flair, Matsuri, Pekara, Iris, Aqua, top 10 finish, well done for her. Oli Suisse, Sana gets on the board. So Sana Lights will welcome this result. Certainly. Shion scores, Laplace Darkness scores, Kobo scores, and Nena scores. Only 17 drivers score. Subaru blew it at the end. No points for her. Botan, no score. Watame, no classification. Nodaka, accident. Risu, accident. Chloe, accident. Kiara, no classification. Callie, accident. Bales, accident. Muna, accident. Azuki, DNF. We'll mark her DNF for obvious reasons. And the rest didn't even try at all. Korone, Koyori, Aki Rose, Engine, Mio, E, Polka, Noel, Toa, Sora, Miko, and Ame. Accidents, Fubuki, E, and Kyla, A. And I'm gonna lock in the points somehow. And it looks correct to me. Seventeen drivers score. Big winner of this race, Ina, who gets the victory from pole from 100 to 101. She moves up to third in the overall standings, behind Okayu and A-chan. The top two in the Drivers' Championship still remaining so. Both finishing in the podium. Okayu, 307. A-chan 44 behind it, 263. And Ina, 215.92 behind Okayu. Rene fourth with 209. And Kiara failing to score goes down to fifth, 174. And Roboko and Nakiri Ayame remain rather fruitless in their efforts, in their respective efforts to get things done in this series. And thanks to Ina's race win, Ian Gen 1 is the new Constructors' Championship leader with 472 points, while Gen 6 goes down a bit to second, 446 points. Wow, what a race. What a result, fellas. So, here we go, lads. Let's go to Tor Poznan for round number 8. Alright, Poznan. There you go. This will be an 18-lap race. Tor Poznan, interesting text description there is for this track. Around 2.5 miles, 4.083 kilometers, 2.537 miles, 14 turns. A lap can be done in a little less than 1.5 minutes. So let's go ahead and get things rolling at the Polish countryside. Tor Poznan. I don't think it has hosted any Formula racing, but it has hosted other series. Porsche Sprint Challenge Central Europe for a couple seasons, 2019 and 2021. FIA CEZ F3. Well, I think that's the Formula racing I was referring to. And currently the TCR Eastern Europe Trophy. I think that's Grand Touring, I guess, as cars exploded at that singular point, as we follow along with our good friend here. There she is. Hello, friend. First, you go around this loop, this 180-degree turn, going into the intersection, where you go through a couple of left-hand turns. Where you go through that thing that's shaped like that shape that beginner drivers have, that chevron shaped icon that you see on Ricky drivers' cars, and you go around a couple more turns and a couple long straightaways separated by a right-hand turn, and you'll have completed a lap at Tor Poznan. Modest-sized crowd on hand to watch this round as we have a look at the grid. Let's see where Fubuki qualifies, if at all. Well, certainly not. Well, it's certainly not, seemingly. We'll have to scrap these times as we need 40 cars qualifying, and this is clearly just shy of it. So let's try this again. And Fubuki just misses out on the cut for this round. Flair, Ollie, Hachima, Subaru, not even close to qualifying for this race after just missing out on the points at Hobsbury. Roboco continues to disappoint everyone. Lammy, not in the race. Meme, not in. Noel, Aski, Iris, Muna, Matsuri, Yofi, Marine, Mio, Fubuki, and Nene. Blah, 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 blah. Pull. Usada Pekara. Finished dead last in the points overall in the last series. We'll get the bonus point for pole here at Tor Poznan. Her JP Gen 3 team seriously needing help on the track. No one has gotten a podium in that team so far this series. Right beside Pekara is Yosa Ramel. Next is Reina and Kelly. Fauna and Aqua for row 3. And then we have Botan Shion and Ina. Nekomata Okayu, Vestia Zeta, and Nakiri Ayame. Finally, Nakiri Ayame even bothered to race. Where were you these past few races, Ojo? Nokarisu and Anya are next. Followed by Louis, Miko, and Korone. Sana making her presence felt in her farewell tour once again, starting 19th. Next is Suisse and Crony. Polka, Watame, and Sora. Lunala Plus and Kanata. Yuzuki Choco Gagura and Amelia Watson. H and Chloe and Koyori. Kiara, Kayla, and Toa. Kobo, Aki, Rose, Iroha, and Bales will wrap up the grid. I am still trying to catch my breath after that absurdly crazy finish to that Hobsbury race. Might we see something equally as impressive, if not more mind-blowing here at Tor Poznan, this 18-lap race. We'll be finding out momentarily. Let's get on the grid and play some background music and get to racing. Here at Tor Poznan, here we go. Usada Pekara. Waiting for the 4 lights to go off. And let us go racing! At Poznan, round number 8. One sprint, heading on to this 180-degree turn, and we have some cars sliding. But not much happening early on. Just one piece of debris popping out, but not much more. Pekara, Mel, and Rene. Just getting out of the outside onto the chevron. Rene jumps Mel to move up to P2, and here comes Calliope Mori, neck and neck with Mel. But Mel just about keeps ahead of the Reaper's Apprentice. The Lady of the P-Fell chasing after the Bunny Rabbit. Going on one of the 2 long straightaways. And onto the front stretch, and Pekora will lead after this opening lap by not much, 0.248. And Risu is without her rear wing. Hana is, well, struggling here. Aqua is pitting. Same for Hana. Risu electing to stay out on the track. Gary bumps wheels with bales. And here are some cars toward the back of the grid and scanning towards the front, trying to fight for position. Oh, a bit of an error for Mel. What just happened? What just happened there? In a wider view. Whoa, a few cars just slipped and slid. So Callie moves up to P3. Moves up to P2 now. And Aqua is still stuck. She's going to be at least one lap behind. Sadly for the Marine Maid. And he's just behind Pekora. Kalia once into the picture as well. All these turns might show something the way. Callie just touches Rene. Rene doesn't want anything to do with the situation. They bump themselves again. Still nothing doing for Callie, and Rene remains just ahead of Callie in P2. Ina, P5, just behind Shishua Button. Makes the jump to P4 at the 180 degree turn. And Vestia Zera moves to P5 at the expense of Botan. We have 37 drivers in the lead lap. Still early on. We're through 3. The current chase is between Rene and Pekora, both well ahead of the next driver up, which is Calliope Mori. Look how close these 3 cars are. Zeta, Ina, and Callie. Ina's on the move. Goes to P3. Zeta tried to make a jump on Callie and does, but only quite briefly. Enter once again Shishio Botan. Zeta does manage to stick to 4th. Meanwhile, more slipping and sliding, no problem for these two. These turns are where mistakes may be made. Well, dangerously close to failing right there for Murasaki Shion. And unfortunately, the car's down. But not out. But not out. And they're quickly approaching Usada Pekara and Poboya Rene. And Nakiri Ayami has joined the picture. The race to get the rush to get into the top 5. Going around these turns. Now this tricky turn. No problem for these three. And Pekkar's gap is starting to increase a bit. She's up to 2.2 seconds, leading over Poboya Rene. We've lost Ayunda Risu on lap 3. Kanata and Aqua 2 and 3 laps behind respectively. Polka just a 1 lap behind. So through 1/3 of this 18-lap race here at Tor Poznan. Anyway, just scan through the grid, see if there's anything crazy going on. Nah. Nothing going right there. So I'm across the grid for more action. And yeah, cars are just spreading apart. But Reina is slowly but surely trying to catch up to Pecco. Usada Pekara, the winner of 2 races. Reina 3 race wins. Ina just won the previous round for her first win at Hobsbury, and Vestia Zeta won at the Rockingham, UK Motor Speedway road course in the finale of the last series. Baltan yet to get a race win. Nakiri Ayami has 1 race win to her name. Callie lacking herself. Hard enough as it is to believe Notika has herself a race win. Shion almost has a race win to her name, but currently has nada. Mel has 1, and Anya has Anya has a couple to her name. And before I continue to ramble about how many race wins each driver has, we have a race to sit through. It's a relatively clean race so far. Pekka is a little over 1 second as Ina succumbs to pressure after that race win and gets cursed as a previous race winner. So it's a previous race winner's curse. Man, you just hate to see that. So no score for her, and this race is officially a complete bust. Getting Taco. So, I'll put Messiazetta up to P3. Not so unusual for the previous race winner to fail to score due to not qualifying for a race. Very unusual to see a previous race winner fail to score due to crashing out of a race, and unfortunately we just have the latter happening. Yeah, this is where the accident took place right there. Just in the outer section of that chevron. Bolton jumps to P4. Petra just basically been leading throughout the whole entire race. Have a chance for a wire-to-wire finish, the way things are going for her. She's well ahead of Rene, who's in turn even more well ahead of third place Messiazetta. Wants to chase after Zeta, but the lapped car of Nekomata Okayu is in the way. We may have had ourselves an oopsie, I think. Not quite. Not quite an oopsie right there. Bolton moves up into a podium spot with that jump ahead of Zeta, but Zeta wants to rebound right back to where she was a few moments ago. Maybe on these turns, but Nautica has entered the fray. Neck and neck with Zeta. And Nautica doesn't quite get there. And she backs out. Meanwhile, look at the gap between first, second, and third. The gaps between first and second, and the gaps between second and third. Petra leads by 4.7 seconds with 1/3 of the race to go. 6 to go. At Tor Poznan, we've lost 2 drivers so far. And much to everyone's frustration, one of them is the previous race winner. "31 cars within the lead lap. Kanata, Kobo, and Koyori, each 2 laps behind. Aqua, was 3 behind, but so much for that. Why do the good ones keep failing early on? Careful right there! More and more cars are starting to slip and slide at this section. Late in the race. So Akko will be ranked behind Ina in the standings. Polka will have to pit and then be at risk of losing classification here. Especially with Pekka fast approaching. Start finish. So, how big is Pekka's lead over Pavoya right now? 8 seconds! 8 freaking seconds! There's probably no way in hell that Serena would be able to catch up with Pekka unless Pekka somehow manages to fudge up late in the race. We are on 3.5 laps left to go here. How did Nautica manage to get up to 6th? What happened to Zeta? No! Don't tell me Zeta is... Okay, she's still good. Callie's up to P3! Callie's up to P3, fellas. There's a bit of a shuffle between some of the drivers after Rene. And currently, Callie has gone up to a nice podium spot, potentially. And Hullabaloo and Howdy Do Pekka's lead is now over 10 seconds. This race is still well not over. Clean turn by Pekka, and that spot where drivers keep crashing out. No problem for Rene. Cars bunching up on a turn, dangerous. Be very careful. But they all made it through cleanly. Usada Pekka, 2 to go, 11.7 seconds separates the bunny rabbit and the peafowl. Stop, they're already dead. Okay, so, we had action, late in the race, at Hobsbury. Here, we just have anything but. And Okayu spins, and, how does it affect some of the drivers? Whoa, careful, Mel. Final lap, here we go. Pekka lead 11.8. So that's going to be 101 points for Pekka, unless she fucks up at the end, which I doubt she'll do, because she's been having a clean race all throughout. Yeah, no problem right there, obviously. Pekka, this race win will certainly help her team right there. They have been struggling throughout the first half of this Formula Hall 8 series, and here comes Pekka coming around to the final turn, and that will do it. Usana Pekka, your race winner at Poznan, 101 points. That is race win number 3, I guess, for Pekka. Rene, of course, did the best she could. She'll come home second, and here comes Calliope Mori. Lasting start finish 16 seconds behind Pekka, coming home for third, and that's just at a P4. Karoni P5. This one in time here at Poznan, 22 minutes 15 seconds, point 541. Waiting for the ice-speed drivers to cross start finish, and Nekomata Okayu, shockingly, will fail to score. Just shy of classification. Oh man, both Korone and Okayu are crashed out. Korone will still score, I think, unless cars go ahead of her. Unless, not really. Now it's well, we have ourselves a real big Onyo moment at the end. So this race is over. This race is just about over. Yeah, it looks like Okayu will not score, and Aroha just needs to finish to get herself a grand total of, well, 1 point for this race. And yeah, Aroha does get on the board, although not troubling the scores much. Race over. Pekka, Reina, and Callie are top 3 at Poznan. So this race is not nearly as exciting as previous. We'll update the medal counts, I suppose. So Pekka. Third race win. Rene, finishes second here, and Callie still looking for her first race win. Let's see. Right, the points. Pekka, Rene, Callie, Zeta, Karoni, Botan, Louis, Nodoka, Ame, LaPlus, Shion. Achan did score, so that will cut into Okayu's lead somewhat. Okayu finished 12th for 28 points. Tokinosora finishes 13th. And Luna, Kayla, Watame, Suisse, Ame, Choco, Gura, Aki Rose, Fauna, Chloe, Anya. Mel will score, although won't score big. Korone, Kiara, and finally Sana, Bay, and Roja. Okayu, we'll get more accidents. Miko, no classification. Koyori, no classification. Toa, no classification. Polka, no classification. Kanata, no classification. Kobo, no classification. And sadly, Ina, Aqua, and Risu get out of the race early on due to accidents. And I think I lost a name here. Who did I fail to bring in with the points? Pekka, Reina, Callie, Zeta, Crody, Botan, San Louis, Naka, Ayame, Laplace, Shion, A-chan. Okay. Okay. So that does look good. We'll lock in the points. And it looks good to me. And 101 for Pekara. I said 101 for Pekara. Always make sure to have your numlock key up. Your numlock key on your keyboard, that is. So Ina drops down to the top 5, goes down to 6th, failing to score at Poznan, while Rene gets a big boost, now within 23 points of championship leader Okayu. A-chan is now within 16 points of Okayu. Okayu 307, A-chan 291, Rene 284. Pekara jumps to P4 with 233. Actually, Ina's still in the top 5. Still stuck on 215. Kiara moves up to 6th with 178. So Okayu-chan, Reina, Pekara, and Ina, your top 5. Roboco is the new bottom dweller, of course. As the spam keeps coming in, and it gets worse and worse. Man, why is the spam always coming when no one watches these streams? And where did Ayame jump? Up to 50th in the overall standings. And the Constructors' Championship, let's see. I want to say EN Gen 1 continues to lead the Constructor Championship. 492. Gen 6 now just 5 points behind EN Gen 1. EN Gen 1 492. Gen 6 487. ID Gen 2 is third with 479. Wow. So Gen 3 is out of the hole. JP Gen 3 out of the hole in the Constructor Championship, and the new bottom dweller is ID Gen 1 with 270. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and move on to Puebla. Last race for today. We're going to use the 2008 layouts. This will be a 17-lap race on the roval of Puebla. Same track as we've seen in the IndyCar series last May, the VTuber IndyCar series. Well, back then they raced on the oval. This time we're going to race on the road course, which combines parts of the oval, so it's basically a roval race. Ooh. A little over 2 miles, 3.363 kilometers, 2.090 miles. Similar layouts. Was used for Formula E. A slightly shorter layout to the usual road course layouts was used for Formula E last year. So 16 turns. A lap can be completed in a little less than I don't know how long. Let's follow along with Azuki across this layout. After the front stretch, you make a hard left turn onto an intersection. Then you go back onto the oval. What's basically turns 1 and 2 of the oval layouts before cutting back into this intersection. And going into some tough lefts and rights and lefts and rights. Make a brief shortcut into the backstretch before coming back in for another few turns. Not much in the way of elevation changes. Basically a flat layout testing everyone's ability to turn. Then you come back into turns 3 and 4 of the oval, go into the start-finish straightaway, and complete a lap at Puebla. All right, so let's have a look at the grid for this race. And I'm sorry to report that we will count this grid. We will count this grid. Because 40 drivers are in. We'll have to count this grid, which means 4 of the 5 members of Akukin Construction failed to qualify. And quite a few failed to qualify. 3 members of Sudoya Sortomo missed out on the race. We have a grid of 40 cars, so we'll have to accept this grid. So a lot of drivers will miss out. Santa, sadly, misses out on Puebla. Gen 2 hit rather massively with the qualifying results. So your grid is set for this race, and at pole position we have Gura. So Gura's at pole. Right beside her is Kanata. Row 2, we have Nenichi and Hachima. Pekka and Crony are row 3. Next is Lammy, Ollie, and Polka. Koyori, Roboko, and Fubuki. Luna, Rene, and Korne. And who do we have next? Watame, Muna, and Okayu. Iris, Choco, and Mio. Bei, Matsuri, Echan. Chloe, Ina, and Kaela. Ame, Fana, and Toa. Iroha, Kelly, and Daki Rose. Zeta, Miko, and Noel. And finally, Kiara, Flair, Nodoka, and Anya. That is your grid for this 17 lap race at Puebla. So we're set to go here. Roval action. South of the border. Here at the Puebla. One-time home to the Puebla E-Prix. We're going to ride on the normal road course for these 40 drivers. For these 40 hololive drivers. Let's get right to it. Everyone on the grid waiting for the 9 lights to go up. And here we go with round number 9 of Formula Holo's 8 Series. Gura and Kanata leading everyone off onto the opening turn. Drivers try to slowly make their way through. Close fighting early on. Not much big speed. Kanata jumps ahead and we've lost a car. We've lost a car. I see a tire. Who's that? That fell out. Unfortunately, that's Kazuma Aroha getting slammed into by someone, and that's her race out very early on. So Aroha gets scratched out. Where she is on the list, I can't tell. That Crony goes up to P2. Or Crony looking for probably her first podium, I can't tell. Bit of a mistake by Kaela. And also we have a look-see. Kanata, Crony, and Gura, your top 3 after this opening lap. And it's they're going slow and steady here. It's a battle of endurance. Not much speed, but just try to manage themselves on these turns. Roughly 100 kilometers per hour on the inner turns, and then a bit faster on the oval turns. Obako currently bottom of the championship standings, she's pretty much out of it when it comes to the overall championship. Right along. Here's Okayu, top 5. Having a wonderful series so far. Kanata! Hoping to put Gen 4 back in the win column for the first time in God knows how long. Look at that, 4.877 is the gap between her and Crony. So I guess you can say Crony's managing her time well. Looking at the medal counts. Well, Crony has one third place finish to her name. She's the only one of her team yet to have a race win. But Kanata is way too far ahead. As we're scanning through the grid, see how everyone is faring. Third, Koyori is 4th. Okayu remains at P5. Man, that's a good view of the front stretch. Now, why couldn't the oval layout have this view? We just have this awkward overhead view, close-up overhead view of the start-finish straightaway for the oval layout for the V2 Burundi car race, and didn't look that great back then. Handful of cars behind by 1 lap, 32 cars within the lead lap, including Anya. Is caught up to Crony and looking for an opportunity to strike for her to try to pass Crony for P2. Look out, Crony! Shark attack! And Gura goes up to 2nd. Hakui Koyori a distant 4th behind Crony. Lapped car of Okamimio is in the way of things. Luna is lapped car. And now she's not letting Okayu pass her by. So Okayu is basically stuck where she is for a bit. Slight oopsie by Gura as she passes Kanata for the lead. Look at that overtaken tape delay. Goes up to the lead. And Kanata's dropped a few more spots now. She's now going to go down to 5th. Which means Okayu is 4th. Koyori moves up to a podium spot. Crony remains 2nd. The cars are in the way. Might we go 3 for 3 for today in pole sitters winning races? We'll just wait to see what happens here at the road course of Autodromo Miguel Abed here in Puebla in Mexico. Who's going to be having a fiesta after we're done right here as Kiara gets bumped by someone, by Nenachi, I believe. And Koyori lacks a rear wing. You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. For a team that's been doing quite well so far in FH competition, Koyori has been an outlier among the secret society of hers. So Okayu goes to third. Urokroni tried to catch up to Gura somehow. Gura being limited by Mio in the way, which allows Crony to be close ahead, no, close behind Gura. But she falters a bit. And now she's got, and now Crony's got to try past Muna now. But these narrow paths and these tight turns give the drivers a chock full of opportunities to overtake their opponents. So this race is not so much a race of speed; it's a race of strategy, of tactics for the hololive drivers. And tragically, we have lost both Koyori and Luna. And Kiara is 3 down. So, Luna and Koyori join Aroha in the back in the pits to perhaps strike their sorrows away with, like, I don't know, a couple of shots of tequila or something. Okayu threatening here. Makes the move on Crony and almost stuck to P2, and now she definitely does. Okayu goes to P2. Girls lead still 3 seconds over second place Nekomata Okayu. Another high podium finish for the Mogu Kitty Cat might definitely help her cause when it comes to giving Milfatori their very first Drivers' Championship. Menace 4th, Watame 5th. H-Chan top 10, so top 10 currently. Okay, it's getting closer and closer to Gura now. Here comes Nekomata Okayu on the move now. The hololive Gamers member. A cat chasing after a shark that is sometimes a cat shark. Okayu jumps to the lead with less than half of the race to go. Man, Okayu putting her driving skills to good use. Being very smart in strategy on these twists and turns of the Puebla roval. A second win along with her 2 second place finishes would certainly be beneficial to the Mogu Mogu Yummy singer. Seven to go of the 17-lap race. We have lost 3 drivers so far. Sadly, Koyori's one of them. Kiara is 3 laps behind, and there's still 32 drivers within the lead lap. Okayu's lead is 2.6, but Gura is quickly Gura and Kronia quickly trying to chase after Okayu. What will Crony do against the Shark? Waiting for an opportunity to jump Gagura. And nothing doing this time. 6 to go. Okayu's lead is down a bit to 1.8. And perhaps slowly shrinking as Gura is trying to push her way back to Okayu's kitty cat tail. Meanwhile, Watame has jumped to 4. Nene down a bit to 5. Machima at P6. But might jump to P5. But that overtake attempt wasn't quite the cleanest of overtake attempts, and she remains where she is right now. Look how close these 3 are. Gura is now half a second behind Okayu. These 3 cars are getting very close to each other now. Gura looking for a second FH win after, I believe, Sherrod in I want to say Series 5, but yeah, it should be Series 5, yeah. Earl Crony herself looking for her very first Formula Holo win. Jumps Gura to go back up to P2. And now she has just Okayu ahead of her. Four to go. The gap, 5.82. And lead slowly shrinking for Okayu. wants to take the opportunity to stay as far ahead of Crony as possible on the oval turns, but Crony is trying to quickly catch up to the rice ball enthusiast. Here comes Crony! Very close, but Okayu sticks ahead. Crony might try again here. Going around these turns. Going on to turns 3 and 4 of the oval. Nekomata Okayu. 3 to go. Even if Okayu manages to finish second, that would still be a big boost to her points. Of course, a win here would be even more absurdly beneficial for her. Especially with Gura too far behind. Anyway, I want to quickly see how H-Chan is doing. 10th, going on 11th. Battling for 10th with Roboko and Bay and Nenichi. How did Nenichi get down to 13th? Watsuri's 4th. Polka's 5th. And Okayu's gap is extending. The gap between her and Crony is extending as we reach the penultimate lap here at Puebla. Nekomata Okayu. Here she comes, going around turns 1 and 2 of the oval. Okayu's lead at checkpoint. Over 2 seconds now. This is good for her. This is good for the Myofatori hololive Gamers member. Really smart with her racing strategy. Strategies, I should say. Able to manage these turns with ease. But this race is still far from over, even though there's just 1 lap to go. Here comes Okayu, turn 3, turn 4 of the oval. Front stretch. Final lap. Okayu's lead, 2.5 seconds. Great race that Okayu's been having. Unfortunately, it looks like we won't sweep the day's races with the whole suitors winning every race for today, but this result from Okayu might be the next best thing, provided that she doesn't slow down too much against Crony. Okayu's just gotta manage a few last turns to get the win here. Nekomata Okayu, the championship leader, approaching turns 3 and 4 of the oval, and it looks like she's just gonna hold off Crony for the victory. She's clear of Crony. Okayu wins again! Second win this series, and what a jump in the overall standings for her she's gonna have. Crony comes home in second, just half a second behind the Kitty Cat, and Gura will finish third. Okayu, Crony, and Gura. The top 3. Fourth podium for Nekomata Okayu this series. 2 wins and 2 second place finishes for the Miyoko driver. The team must be very happy about how she's doing here. Boy, she wants to add a gold star to her silver star. Great result for Nekomata Okayu. For Crony, she won't quite get her first FH win, but the second at Puebla will still be her best results yet in FH. But for Okayu, it's going to be another fiesta for her. As she gets a second win this series. And I believe her third overall. Let's bring in the medal counts. Look at that. She's now tied with Hosho Marine for most podium finishes with 10 apiece. Of course, yeah, she has 2 more wins than Marine. Look at that, double-digit podium finishes for the Gamers member. What a result for her. Crony, best finish yet for her. Second place, and Gura. That's her third podium. 1 win, 1 second place, 1 third place for Gura. As we go ahead and lock in the points. Robico gets a top 10 finish. Very good for her, although she might as well be out of the championship of contention. What with how Okayu's been faring here. H-on 10th. Currently the biggest threats for the kitty cat. Let's see. So we are going to have a full setup of 30 drivers scoring this race. Well, unfortunately, Fauna doesn't score, nor does Nodaka. Callie misses out on scoring, and Noel and Kiara will not be classified. While Kaori, Luna, and Iroha will get marked accident-prone. Well, the only driver managing to race at Puebla for this round will get points for her effort. So that team will not get shut out here. As we lock in the points and then wrap up for today. Oh, fuck off, spammers. We don't want any of your crapola. Anyway, did I lock in the points? I don't think I have. Let's go ahead and do so and wrap up for today. Seventeen DNQs. That looks correct, and Gura, bonus point for her. Because she started off pole. Look at that, Okayu! Her lead is now 84 points over Achan. Reina is still third, 97 points behind. Okayu, 407 points. Still with a whopping lead in the Drivers' Championship. Achan with 323 points remains second. Reina third, 310. Pekra goes up to fourth with 269 points, 182 behind, and Ina remains fifth with 225 points, and a lot of drivers will be out of contention. Wow, look at that! Yeah. So that result basically eliminated a lot of cars from championship contention. So we're left with just the 30 cars in contention. Iofi is the new bottom dweller in the points with 16, followed by Fubuki and oh my goodness, Shirogane Noel. Third to last, the fourth series champion, not doing so hot currently. And then we'll bolden the names that are within 200 points of a championship leader, in which there are only 6. That includes Ollie, who's 6th in the championship. Kiara, who's 7th, is 229 points behind Okayu. And which team leads the Constructors' Championship? I don't know. Well, look at that. Gen 2. ID Gen 2. ID Gen 2 now leads the Constructors' Championship, what with Reina doing pretty well in this series, the Series 3 champion. 550 points. Second is EN Gen 1, 510 points, and JP Gen 6, 505. So, that's it for today. Well, we've already featured Okayu early on. Let's give the driver feature to Ina, because she scored her first FH win. Watson Industries, Ina, there she is. They're very unique car of hers. There's Best Girl, getting her first win in FH and moving up to 5th in the overall standings. So that's it for today. Tomorrow is the finale. 3 races left in the championship. We're going to Braga for an absurdly difficult race of attrition. Braga in Portugal. Short track action for the drivers. Hampton Downs is next for round 11. Hampton Downs in New Zealand. And the final race, the championship race, under the lights at the Losail International Circuit at Qatar. That's your final 3 races as we wrap up our journey through this next color circuit of Formula Holo's 8th series. So we'll see you tomorrow at the usual time, 11 a.m. Eastern, for the finale of this Formula Holo 8 series. Will Okayu manage to wrap things up early, or will it be a close finish to the very end? Be sure to tune in and find out. Have a great rest of your Saturday, fellas. Thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow for the Formula Holo 8 series finale. Take care, everyone. Autodag!